There's some weapons of bass destruction. Freaking brutal, dude. Taking a good old-fashioned ass whooping. I've had 21 days this season without a fish. I had like a week. Yeah, it's just freaking crazy, bro. So it took everything I had just to get up today. I'm a freaking junkie, you know? I'm a big bass freaking addict, you know? And once you get bit by this bug, you can't turn it off. I mean, I'm not out here just to catch a big fish. I want to break the world record. I believe I'm gonna do it. It's basically fishing for a unicorn, freaking ghost. It's like, it's frustrating to be able to catch 17-pound fish and still not be satisfied. I mean, and I hear from other people, they're just like, my God, dude, that's a fish of a lifetime. Well, not my lifetime anymore. Well, they gave him a tie, but he beat it. In my mind, the record's sitting in Japan now, and I'd love to bring it back to America. So it should be good. I got a couple lined up. And at least it looks good for once. You know, fuck, these 3 days, 4 days, nice weather, and then a badass storm comes in and just screws everything up. Ironically, the biggest fish I caught the first day I went out just to do some recon. It was raining, windy. Didn't really even think I was going to see anything. I'm just keeping an eye on everything, observing what's going on. All of a sudden, there's this frickin' donkey. I can barely see her, and the male comes in and slams it. She chases him off. He spits it out. Does that like 3 times, dude. Boom! He freaking picks it up. She chases him out, spits it out, and she just goes. I'm like, whoa, it's gone. Swing. It's 15.14 ounces. Damn near 16-pounder. Just incredible, man. And it was freaking, then I catch her, and it freaking starts hailing. And here's the light. So I'll get my shit tied up real quick. Make sure we're all good to go.
Joe is in a league of his own. There is a handful of people that I've ever met in my entire life that have committed to one thing like Joe Everett has.
It's really interesting to see how dedicated you have to be to chase that world record fish. The stars really have to align for that all to come together, and he's willing to put in that time to sit there, hold the fish, and wait for that opportunity when he sees that fish positioning herself correctly, that he thinks he has an opportunity to catch it. And that kind of dedication is pretty special.
He's working full-time and fishing the entire rest of the day, getting maybe 3 hours of sleep a night. So he's kind of burning the candle at two ends, but the desire and the fire in his spirit to capture one of these monster bass and ultimately possibly the world record fish is amazing to see. I'd never seen anyone so driven for these fish. The rest of the year, he doesn't even bother to go to the lake because the odds of catching one of these fish is much lower then. But when they're up and on the beds, you can watch them, and that's where he really excels. He has tremendous vision, and he understands the nature of how these fish behave as they're defending their nest and interacting with the small male bass, these huge females, and he's stalking them almost like a hunter would stalk a trophy elk.
I fish them throughout the spawn, which is basically 60 to a 90-day period, February to May. The first 30 days of that cycle, I have the best chance to break this record or catch these giant fish because they're coming off pre-spawn feeding. They've fed all through the winter months, and then they're gonna come up, they're developing their eggs, and it's basically the best chance I have to catch her. She's carrying this extra weight from feeding, she's got this extra weight from roe. Next thing you know, end of February, she's coming up to lay her eggs. They build a nest, they defend it, I try and get her to go.
I've been doing it seriously since 98, 99, 2000. I think I got my first hit on a local paper in the year 2000, and I kind of liked the taste of that. So I really focused on just chasing the giants.
My best is 18, and that's a great fish. That's a fish truly of a lifetime. I mean, it's a giant, but I'm chasing 22.7.
You know, Joe has caught many, many giant fish, and you know, he earns them. He's out here, you know, usually 6 to 8 hours a day, every day during the season.
And I don't know how he does it. I really don't physically. You know, midway through the season, you know, I looked at him, I said, Joe, you're a wreck. You have to, you know, you need to take a break. You know, that's his passion, and he works, you know, so hard at it. He gets carried away at times, and he kind of, you know, forgets where he is and what he is, and so he does anger a lot of people. You know, every once in a while, Joe and I will have a little tiff. We had one earlier this season.
I get crucified for this shit. Do I fish people like they do to me? Do I, ever? When someone's on something, fish it, take it, here's your space. And, I mean, I give to kids, I give to everybody, I tell people how to do it. I want to see people do it, you know? And That doesn't mean I'm gonna roll over.
No, I know, but you know, you can only have, how many fish can you mark and expect to hold until?
Well, is what I told Adam too, just like what Tom did. If I can get back, if you're there, it's all you. But I got back, and I was there, and it's all me.
You were there, but you left.
But I came back before you got there.
No, you didn't.
It's okay. When I was up there, I was already over it. When you ran me over, that freaked me out. Like I said, I'll fish anybody the way, if you fish me a certain way, I'm gonna fish you the same way. And I'll be more than happy to just set a rod down and do 7-mile-an-hour donuts around you for about 10 hours. So, I mean, because hey, I'm just fishing here, you know? I'm just boating. We're gonna boat today. I just want to boat right around this area, specifically, right where you're at. So, you know, bring it.
That's about as cool as a pile of shit. Really, bro? Like, what kind of etiquette is that? You just rolled right down, pushed me down my, you know? I'm fishing the flats. You know what the flats is. One boat only. First, if you're here, you're fishing it. Go on. What's he do? Shove me right down the line. Oh, yeah, look at you, dude. Now all of a sudden you're not in a hurry anymore, huh? I had to go cut his fucking ass off.
I always called him Hollywood because he does promote himself very well. Also promotes this lake.
For many years, he didn't have as much competition. So, you know, every year he was pulling in, you know, 40, 50, 60 giant bass. And now he's got a lot more people out here doing this. And so, you know, he's got to kind of spread the wealth, so to speak. And so he's not getting as many as he used to.
Nothing like seeing one of those bass. It's the apex predator of freshwater fishing. And the most popular fish is the largemouth bass. And they get the biggest right here in Southern California, and we get to fish them. And when you get to see them hit, see them react to your lure, you know, do the things that make them react, it's kind of the best of both worlds because you get the fishing part and the visual hunting part. So you get to put those two things together in the sight fishing package, and it's pretty addicting.
Look at that! Oh my God! Look! Right there in the mouth, baby! Woo!
I don't know what to say. It's like just a complete addiction, you know? I mean, I don't know what I'd do without it, and I sometimes don't know what I do when I'm doing it, you know? Because it's very up and down. You're either high or low. It's very bipolar, you know? I'm all, you know, the minute you catch a good one, you're like, wow, that's awesome. But, you know, it's not a 20. No, it's a 17. And people that aren't here can't figure that out. A good fish out here is a 13, 14 pounder, you know? And 10s are average, you know, which anywhere else in the world, a 10's a beautiful thing. And don't get me wrong, you know, that's the benchmark, but this lake's full of magic, you know?
Oh, yeah. She is all over my junk. She's eaten it twice. Come on, Joe. Slow down.
You know, I love fishing. This has actually become more of an obsession and a quest, you know, than, this is not relaxing for me. You know, I'm not doing this for my health.
Oh, I broke her off. I freaking just broke her off. How's that? I just retied.
If anything, it's freaking kicking my ass, you know, hindering my health. Because I don't sleep. Once I find a big one, I mean, my God, even when I'm not on the water, I'm still on that fish, whether it be at work or laying in bed. I'm like, what can I do different? How can I get it, you know? Becomes such a freaking all-encompassing thing. And some people just sit there and go, wow, it's just a fish. But believe me, if you're into it and you drink the Kool-Aid, boy, you're ruined. I mean, there's no going back.
Oh my God.
You know?
Just lost her. Just freaking lost her. Basically, it keeps me from pursuing a, you know, bona fide career, you know. I mean, I make surfboards. I've been doing that all through college. I went through some hardships, divorce, kids, all that, you know, and absorbed it and embraced it wholeheartedly. My marriage, you know, my personal relationship, we still are best friends. We're just, you know, kind of got a little problem. For some strange reason, this makes me feel like I'm accomplishing something, you know? And it's brutal. Fuck, I'm gonna lose it. And she's done this. She hadn't done anything, man. She's a saint, you know. Freaking all over a stupid green fish. That, you know, is open doors and slam doors too, you know. Which is freaking hard to deal with sometimes. I gotta get my shit composed right now, you know. But when I think about that, I want her to be happy in what she wants. And I still have things I want to do, you know.
For these 70 days, you know, whatever it is, I chase these fish. Then I go back to being me. So if I can't do that, what am I supposed to do? Just work forever? So I don't know how to explain that answer or answer that question, because I don't think this is wrong. Not that anybody is saying it's wrong. It's a blessing for you, and she wants me to do that. But that doesn't make her happy, you know what I'm saying? So I got nothing to say negative against my wife, and it's not that she's telling me to do anything. She wants me to pursue what I want, but I want her, you know? And I don't, and I want to do this, too. But yeah, it's screwed up my personal life big time. And I want my wife to be happy. It just sucks, you know? It's like we're friends now. But, you know, I see this place as an opportunity to change things, you know.
What was it, 6 years ago, I was lucky enough to get the lake record, a 19-pound, 12-ounce fish. And I don't think Joe was fishing that day, and I think he's a little upset that that might be like one of the few days out of the season that he didn't come out on the water.
you know, that's just fate. You know, I wasn't there. And that's really the only thing that gave me salvation, you know, how I dealt with it. I wasn't on the water. There was nothing I could have done. But man, it took me freaking 8 months. I mean, all the way into the next season. You know, it sucked before I friggin' got over it, you know? And that really focused me. I'm gonna be here every single day for 10 hours a day, from 8 in the morning till dark. And that's a given. When it comes down to it, dude, there ain't nothing better than seeing one and swinging on her and just coming tight and the whole thing just, you know, boom! It's just violent, you know? And it's such a bitchin' thing because you see this go down, you know? It's not like, wow, I'm getting a bite. I'm like throwing my junk into her crib, I mean, into her kitchen. And when she wants to play, boy, it's just freaking I mean, you know? And it gets so freaking, I mean, you start shaking, dude. And you know, it's crazy.
Okay, folks, this is what I am talking about. Come here, you. Boom! That's how we roll, baby. Boom! There's a fish, folks. Oh, booyah! Look at her. Cocked, locked, and ready to rock. We are on, you guys, with a frickin' toad. We ain't losing this one, boys. Oh my God, you guys are gonna freak. Right there, boys. Look at that donkey. Oh my God. Just a freaking donkey. Look at that mouth. Oh my gosh. Just a beauty. Just a beauty. Okay, we're gonna cut her loose. Here she goes. Oh my God, look at that donkey. I'm so blessed on a windy, rainy day. We're breaking open 2012 with a 16-pounder. Here she goes. See if we can get her to jump. Oh, she's hung. Bye-bye, girl. Bye-bye, girl. What a beautiful thing. Boom!
It's just awesome. There is nothing like swinging. I mean, posting up, reading this fish's behavior and dissecting it like it's a freaking chess game, you know? I've spent days, hours, fishing 2 feet of water, fishing 25 feet of water, man. I have caught fish on a freaking stove. I've pulled them out of the oven, you know? I saw her chin hanging out of an oven on the oven door. And I threw my jig down, 25 feet of water, and you just see this big black silhouette come out and your stuff's gone. Swing. Oh my God, there is nothing. You know, golfers feel it. They feel that every time they just smack the daylights out of a perfect drive, you know. Surfers, when I used to surf, you know, there is nothing like tearing the top off of a freaking left-hander or stuffing it so deep into a barrel. It's freaking real, man. You know, it's just, it fucking makes you live.
You know, I hope he catches it someday. You know, I've never seen anybody put in the hours, the time, you know, that he does. And, you know, I'll be glad when he's off the water in another week or so, to be honest with you. He's competition out here, you know.
And I don't know what I'd do, man. I mean, he's out here all the time. I think even the day that he's not out here, say something happened to him, I think I'd still see his ghost. It's just, I'd still see him out here.
I don't want to say I'll ever stop, but physically I can't really see myself. You know, I probably got another 5 years, which sounds like a lot, but it's not, you know. I mean, physically I can't. It's, you know, I just can't keep up burning 20 hours a day, you know. And I'm dreading that part. You know, whole thing's a numbers game. You just got to be on the water every single day. When it's good, it's great. When it's bad, it's terrible. You end up just doing circles around the lake all day. But I don't know. Start burning out on it, and the minute I get back on them, I'm like, man, this is awesome. So it's all good. You know, shit, I made my bed, now I gotta sleep in it.
It's over. I'm done. I mean, it's over. So on November 10th, 6:30 in the morning, I get a phone call from George. He's informing me that the lake's dying. There's 1,500 fish floating on his beach. 7 days later, due to golden algae, 98% of my fish died. Total die-off, full fish kill. Along with my dream, all due to golden algae. It's a natural occurrence. Don't really know how it got in there, but it's not leaving. It's there for good. A good part of me died. Along with that lake and my marriage. So, I just want to be Joe. Man, I'm 53. It ain't gonna be back in my lifetime. Nor do I ever honestly think it's ever gonna be the same. Special places like that lake aren't made twice. I put everything I had in the mission. Over 20 years, chasing a freaking unicorn. It took everything out of me. If you follow your passion, be careful what you wish for, because shit doesn't always pan out. It's not all unicorns and rainbows. I chased this dream because I lived at a place that I had the opportunity of chasing a world record. Did it happen? No. I don't have the resources to chase this dragon anywhere else. I'm done. And when I do pick up a fishing rod, most likely it's just gonna be with my kids and for fun.